You guys ready to chop it up? Hey, you guys, welcome back to the Chop It Up podcast. Oh my gosh, you guys. Yes, you guys always hear when I tell you we have an excellent show tonight. We do. We have an amazing guest. I'm so honored that she took time out of her busy schedule to certainly join us tonight. So welcome back to the Chop It Up. You guys already know the Chop It Up podcast, lifestyle, wellness, and of course, business. So it's all about that, speaking to amazing guests each and every week, and certainly bringing you the information right to your doorstep. So again, welcome back to the Chop It Up podcast. I want to thank everyone for their support. We see the numbers are going up. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Certainly, thank you again. And of course, we are in the holiday season. So happy holidays. Happy holidays. Okay, guys, this evening, we are so honored to speak to Kris Holt. Is it Christina or Kris?
Kris.
Okay, good. So it's Kris Holt. She's a digital marketer. She's killing it, 6-figure out of Atlanta, Georgia. She's doing amazing things. She works with entrepreneurs all over, truly, basically providing them with amplifying their image online and really magnifying and amplifying their voices. So we are super excited to have her. We are going to have an organic conversation. She told me no question is unfiltered. She said she's ready. She's ready to get raw with us, right?
Definitely, yes.
Awesome. Thank you so. Oh, and she's a newly bride. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. How is married life?
Great. Yes.
Awesome. Well, we are so happy to have you. Before we even divulge into the conversation, who is Kris Holt? Who is?
Yeah, so that's a very dynamic question. I am a marketer full time. I am now a wife and a bonus mom to 2 children. And I am a full-time entrepreneur. So that is who I am.
I love it. And you guys, I was able to speak to her offline. She really is organic. And I just want to thank you again, Kris, for just coming on board. I know we just kind of connected in cyberspace, but you were so organic. And I really want to thank you for that.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. So let's talk a little bit, right? So I know you spoke about full-time and, just getting into this new season of your life. How is it? Especially as a millennial woman. Yeah. How is it?
It's actually great. There are challenges, and one thing that helps me with those one thing that I'm really big on is mental toughness. And so working out every day kind of puts me in this mood of not like every day is not going to be a great day. And I just have to push through. Like, I hate working out, but if I can work out knowing that I hate it, then I'm able to face the day with like those, like with that same attitude. So
yeah, I love that. That is so right. Because, that's the same mindset I have. For me, I don't love working out, but when I get into that space, I'm in a whole nother realm.
Right.
So I definitely agree. I wanted to ask you, as a woman in business, and I've been following you for a while. It may not look like that, by the way.
You're right.
Instagram be messing with posts. They be unfollowing you, yeah. But I think I heard about you like a year ago, and I love the consistency in who you are, and kind of what you represent. So I definitely want to. Yeah, you're welcome. So, I did ask you to discuss before, we get into it. I wanted you to define your superpower. So what would you say is your superpower?
My superpower is transforming people. I have the ability to look at someone for not who they are, but like who they could be. And that kind of and what that tangibly looks like is like is photo shoot, it's style, it's fashion, it's through commercials, and it's through websites. Like I can take anyone who has an idea and then put them on like that path to six figures. And so I'm able to look at someone who just has an idea and just completely transform them both in business and in their personal life.
That's amazing. Did you always have that? Did you always have that knack to like look at someone and kind of identify their greatness? Were you always like that? Before we get into,
Yeah, so I'm really big on aesthetics and things looking nice. I've always kind of like had an eye for things being tasteful and luxurious and appealing to the eye. So, and of course, every day I like do my hair, I do my makeup, and I get dressed, and I love to make over people. To make them over. So yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Listen, you guys, for the ones who are not able to see her, she's beautiful. Okay.
Yeah.
Drop dead gorgeous. I love that. That's amazing. So you're welcome. So Kris, let's get into it. And I know you said no holds bar.
No, not at all.
Awesome. So one of the reasons that we connected recently, even though I knew about you a year ago, recently I was, casually scrolling and I accidentally, visited your page. And for some reason, I don't know if it was God or however, but I was just directed to one of your posts, which I rarely do because, me and you, we rush it through lives. Right. We have so many different things that we are working on. Yeah. But I happened to click one of your videos and it was so crazy. I watched it from the beginning to the end. Wow. And I was so emotional by it because I connected, right? And a lot of times, professionals will tell you it's great to tell your story because that's where the connection lies.
Right.
Yeah. And so I know many of our listeners, especially, may be asking, something is interesting on this one. So yes, it is. Kris Holt, she has a speech impediment, but she has not allowed that to define her. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. So, I've always had one since I was a child. It was something that my parents would even reward me for. If I would get just a full sentence out, they were like, wow. Like that's how frequent it is. And it's just been that way my whole life. Part of the reason why. So I got a full ride to play volleyball right out of high school, and I went to college. And I dropped out my third year. And the main reason, which no one really knows, the main reason is because I had to give a presentation. I did all of the work and it was a group project. So I kind of, gave everyone their like cues to present, but they couldn't do it like I could since I did all of the group work. So I got up there, I started to give my presentation, and of course I was stuttering, and I kind of got laughed out of the classroom. It like was one of those moments where I just, in that moment, I was talking and people were just laughing at me like straight up. And at this point, I'm like 19. And I thought that, folks would be a little bit more mature to realize that not everyone is the same, but apparently not. And so that was one of the reasons why I dropped out. I was like, I'm done. And then from there, that's kind of what drew me to become great at business. Because although I stutter, there's lots of folks who need to hear what I have to say. So my foot in business is kind of what gave me my confidence and my foot to stand on, because I do stutter, but I make more than most people. So
Yeah.
so laugh at that.
Right. I was about to say, bond.
Right. So laugh at that.
Yeah, right. No, but that is so inspiring. And that's why I kind of wanted to bring you on the podcast, because, this podcast is created with the hopes to inspire and motivate. And it's from the grassroots. And it's people like you that are making a difference. Like you are working through your odds, and you're not letting any childhood trauma,
Right.
define you, or you are redefining it. And I love that, because I think we connected when I said to you offline that I was bullied. A lot of folks don't know, but I was also bullied because, like you said, kids can be very mean.
Right.
But I was bullied in junior high. And I recall that day when my classmate that I thought was a friend, because we were all cool. Kris, let me tell you, I don't think anyone knows this, but we were all cool. It was a junior high, whatever. And I'm friendly with everyone. So basically, I'm in the front of the class talking to my friends at the time about some new video that we were watching, and I absolutely loved. And my friend at the time, who I thought was a friend because she was in our circle,
Right.
she blurted out from the back of the class. She was like, "How you gonna like that video? You can't even speak English." And Kris,
Wow.
like, I was blown. Like, I was embarrassed. Like, literally what you said on that live, I was embarrassed. I was hurt. And
Right.
that really, that stayed with me for a long time.
Wow.
And so I think that's how we connected, because you did not allow that to define you. And Kris, there are so many young women that need to hear our story, to hear your story, right? Like you just said, like, that didn't define me. I'm still crushing. I'm still, like Jay-Z said, numbers don't lie.
Right.
Men lie, women lie, but numbers don't lie.
Right.
Yeah. So I love that. So let's talk about how you were able to turn kind of like your pain into your purpose. What was that time, like that turning point, right?
Right.
Where you were able to see, nah, I got this. How were you able to turn your pain into purpose?
Well, I think that I am someone who doesn't follow the rules, but I reinvent them. And so part of what I did was, I grew up with a great family with 4 parents. They all were 9 to 5. You're a corporate type of parents. And I was the only one in my family who was like, I don't want that type of lifestyle. And so with my speech impediment, I wrote down, what type of lifestyle do I want to have? And that lifestyle based off of the things that I didn't want to do. I knew that I did not want to show up to a workplace to work. I knew that I didn't want to answer phones. But I also knew that I was great with graphics. I was great with websites. And so most of my business was just emailing and trying to get new clients. And Instagram was great because all I could do at that time was just take pictures and not have to talk. And so I was pretty, so I would just take pictures and then get clients. And then for a while, like, I was really able to hide behind my speech impediment because I grew a business that didn't force me to put those parts out that I wasn't comfortable with at the time. And it was really my fiance who kind of just my husband now, who really just brought it out of me and was like, Kris, like, people would love to hear this. Like you can't hide behind this rock. Like, he almost thinks that it's a gift that God gave me. And he always likes to equate it to Moses, how he had a speech impediment. So trying to map out a lifestyle that would fit what I wanted at that time is kind of how I got over it, if that makes sense.
Man, that's beautiful, man. Oh my gosh. I love how you eloquently said that. Oh, girl, I could talk to you all day. That is so beautiful. Like, and when you correlate it to Moses, I think we all get it, especially now that we're going into the holiday season where
Right.
so many of us are lacking, whether
Right.
it's lacking, job opportunities, lacking food necessities. There's a lot of lack as we're coming through this pandemic. And for you to be able to correlate your pain or whatever your lifestyle was at that time to Moses, I think there's hope for so many of us, you know? So, as we, talk, I would be remiss if I don't ask you, what would you tell your younger self? The lessons that you have learned, what advice? What's one advice?
Yeah. Stop being so self-conscious. There's a power that I have in terms of, because I used to be in a place when I would talk to people of always thinking in like the back of my head that like they're judging me, and almost as if I owed them something to be more more eloquent. And I'm not sure who told me this, but someone told me, Kris, when you speak, the people are at the mercy of you. You are like, you give $1,000, $10,000, $100,000 worth of information. So when you speak, stop having the posture of someone who feels like they aren't worthy, because truth is they need to hear what I have to say, and it's more than likely not the other way around. So just I would tell her to stop being self-conscious and stop just stop caring about what people thought.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's beautiful. So let's talk about a little bit as we close off this discussion, our conversation, how you were able to make your 6-figure salary. I know a lot of folks online are looking at you like, oh my gosh, how was she able to build this business? And she had, something that, like you said, that requires that interaction. So
Right.
outside of the systematic where you were able to build, what kept you in the game? What kept you going?
Consistency. There's a saying, I think by Tony Robbins. He says that we overestimate what we can do in 1 year and underestimate what we can do in 5 years. And as someone who has made millions of dollars, I really took heed, because too many of us are in it for the short term game. And so we hit a roadblock and we stop. We get one negative view and we quit. And I just don't quit. That's the only thing. I don't quit. I refuse to quit, and I show up every day, and the things that perturbed me from yesterday or a month back, I just get amnesia and act like it didn't happen.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Even as I'm talking to you, I am so proud. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of us. And I'm so proud to connect with women like yourself. I don't know what's going on in Atlanta, but you guys are killing it. Okay.
Oh. Yes,
you guys are
definitely.
killing it. What do you think it is in terms of Atlanta? I know a lot of folks say it's a Black Mecca, but what do you think it is that,
I think that Black people genuinely want to do business with other Black people. And I mean, if anybody is Black and owns a business, I would tell them to move here for at least 5 years. As much ratchet and foul things that like go on here, it's as equal Black excellence. I live right across the street from the Waldorf Astoria, and there's Bentleys, there's Ferraris, there's Lamborghinis, and all of them are Black. And so it does something something psychologically to you when like you see your representation there on a very high level.
You're right. You're absolutely right. I love it. All right, girl. I'm booking my ticket. So
do it. You will never want to go back home ever. And ladies, if you are single, you also need to come here too. I met my fiance within, I think, 4 months of me being here, and we were engaged within 10 months.
Oh, wow.
So move here, because there's lots of Black men who are on their stuff and who are ready to marry.
Settle down. Yeah. Were you looking at that time? Were you looking for love, or were you ready to
honestly, not really. Yeah. No. Yeah. Right. I definitely had a lot of suitors. And men, like, I actually enjoyed the variety. But my husband, like, the day that he met me, was like clink clink, like, you ain't going nowhere, stop dating and just focus on me. And that's what I did, and now we're married.
There you go. Okay, I love it. I love when you know you just know. So that's great. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, you know, Kris, I wanted to ask you as we wrap up, first things first, I definitely want to thank you again, but I wanted to ask you, you know, social media is very heavy now. And just recently, we've been seeing a lot of young women just being abused. Just like last week, I think there's a video of a ex-NFL player really abusing his girlfriend at the time. Wow. And so there's a lot going on. What would be your advice to a young woman listening to us right now? What would be your advice for her to stay in the game?
Yeah. Get some business about yourself and invest in yourself. When you have spent time and effort and studying and money and working out, and when you have truly spent money on yourself, it's very hard for someone to come, for women to come along and like treat you some type of way. And that's kind of what helps with like your with your standards. And if you find yourself like always just, you know, obsessing about a man or like what they're doing and like how they're not treating you right, it's probably because you aren't busy enough. You need to get busy, and you need to be building. Because when you're busy and when you're invested, it's just a different type of person attracts themselves to you. Like, whenever you're into gossip and into reality TV and on Instagram for hours, on TikTok for hours, you're operating at a vibration that is low, and you keep getting those same people, same gossiping people, same small talk, small conversation type of people. But when you get business about yourself, your group changes, your interests change, the rooms that you get into change, the connections along with your self-worth change. So get busy and start building.
Oh my God, girl. You're speaking life into me. I'm like, Not saying that I have low vibration now.
Right.
No, but it's reassurance. Like that's, oh my girl, yes. Whoever told you that you have something to say, you definitely do. Girl, that is powerful. That is powerful. I love it. So guys and girls, you heard it first. What I heard is get busy. You don't necessarily have to build a business to be busy, but be productive. Be productive with your time, with your space, with your energy. And by virtue, you will definitely attract that. That is beautiful. My golly. Well, Kris, it's an honor. It's a pleasure to have you. Thank you so much. Yes, before we let you go, I want to ask you one last question. How has faith, how has your faith uphold you through the difficult times?
Faith is everything. Faith is faith is the key to unlocking whatever it is you want to unlock. And it's really astounding how much of us say that we're Christians, but when crisis hits, we lose faith, and like we revert back to not trusting God. And one thing is that if ever you want to pursue anything, people around you are not going to believe in you. They are going to mock you. They're going to do everything else. If you don't believe in yourself and believe that God and believe in the vision that God has given you, you will crumble. And so every day, start off with being grateful, because gratefulness is really what really what God wants. Like, why would He bless you when you aren't grateful for just the small things? And so your faith in God is like, it's not a conditional thing. It's unconditional. And it's unconditional faith that no matter what you're going through, you've already survived that. You have survived that. You survived that. You've survived that. So you will get through this. And so faith is everything.
Awesome. And on that note, thank you so much, Kris, Miss Hall.
Thanks for having me
so much. Yes. Thank you for joining the Chop It Up. You guys already know. Like, subscribe, comment. Please share this episode, you guys. It's the holiday season, and this is a gift that definitely going to keep giving. Happy holidays to you, Kris. Happy holidays. Happy Thanksgiving, you guys. Happy holidays. We'll see you on the next episode of Chop It Up. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, you guys, before we wrap up, 'tis the season to give. Did y'all know that Chick-fil-A also delivers? Yes. Simply earn your way to a savory meal or a sweet treat at Chick-fil-A, Flatbush, and Atlantic. For every purchase, scan your QR code and earn points on the Chick-fil-A mobile app. That's right. For every purchase, all you have to do is scan your QR code and you can earn points on the Chick-fil-A mobile app. So what y'all waiting for? Download the app. Happy holidays.